The European Space Agency has just launched its newest satellite in partnership with the Japanese Space Agency and UK manufacturers. It's designed to study clouds, aerosols, and radiation in Earth's atmosphere. At 3:20 local time on the 29th of May 2024, EarthCARE launched on board a Falcon 9 from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. This was Booster 1081's seventh flight, and it carried the 2.2-ton spacecraft to an altitude of 330 kilometers in low Earth orbit. This mission is both complex and ambitious, as ESA looked to try to understand how clouds impact the overall climate. We know that clouds play an important role within the wider weather system, as they reflect solar radiation hitting the Earth, as well as trapping infrared energy from the ground. However, what's not clear is exactly how much of these energies cloud formations actually deflect or trap, but with EarthCARE, this should give scientists actual numerical data. That data will play a crucial role in understanding how the clouds themselves either help or hinder global climate change. Of course, nobody's suggesting for a second that we need to start a war against the clouds and replace them all with man-made 3D printed ones, but perhaps it can help shed some light on some key missing data points. They'll also be studying aerosols in the atmosphere. Aerosols are tiny particles such as dust or pollutants suspended in the atmosphere itself, and they also play a significant role within the overall climate system, both directly by reflecting and absorbing incoming radiation and trapping outgoing radiation, as well as indirectly, as they act as nuclei for cloud formation. And that's how they influence our climate the most. But again, there is a severe lack of overall data on just how that actually happens. EarthCARE was first proposed in 2008, with ESA signing a contract with Airbus Space and Defence UK, or Astrium as they were known at the time. Around 75 different companies from all across the world have contributed to the construction of EarthCARE, with the main segments being built right here in the UK, with the likes of SSTL providing crucial hardware. EarthCARE has a suite of instruments on board which will all work in tandem to form a greater picture of cloud and aerosol atmospheric interactions. The atmospheric LiDAR, ATLID, provides vertical profiles of aerosols and thin clouds. It operates at a wavelength of 355 nanometers and has a high spectral resolution receiver and depolarization channel. The Cloud Profiling Radar, CPR, is provided by JAXA, and it gives vertical profile measurements of clouds and observes vertical velocities of cloud particles through Doppler measurements, operating at 94 GHz. The Multispectral Imager is provided by SSTL, who are famed for that kind of thing, and that will allow for imaging in across-track information on clouds and aerosols with channels in the visible, near-infrared, shortwave, and thermal infrared spectrums. The Broadband Radiometer, BBR, provides measurements of top-of-the-atmosphere radiances and fluxes. It's got one shortwave and one longwave channel with 3 fixed viewing directions pointing in nadir and aft directions. The satellite itself is dominated by the large cloud profiling radar antenna, which is 2.5 meters across. The trailing solar panel itself, made up of 5 sections at the rear of the satellite, is 17 meters long and covers an area of 21 square meters. EarthCARE has an operational lifespan of around 3 years, including a 6-month commissioning phase. So yeah, this one is a fantastic satellite that has just recently launched, and we can expect to see some incredible data coming out of that in the coming years. If you want to learn a bit more about this satellite, then you can check out the brand new ESA Earth Online Visuals page, as seen on screen, which has an interactive overview of EarthCARE, as well as other ESA Earth observation missions. You can also check out the EarthCARE page on ESA's website, where you can get direct links to allow you access to the data that's received from on board. Now, before we go on, if you want to stay up to date with all the latest space news from the UK, as well as ESA and beyond, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video. You can also support the channel on Patreon, where you get exclusive behind-the-scenes access, including to projects ongoing right now and not yet ready for release here. Check out the links below and help me grow this channel even more to help bring you even better content. Now, EarthCARE isn't the only weather satellite ESA have in store, because just last week they signed a contract with Airbus UK to build their next one, Vigil. In what's a clear rival to India's Aditya L1, Vigil will monitor solar activity and space weather, acting as an advanced warning system and allowing scientists to track space weather in near real time, as well as working in conjunction with ESA's other climate monitoring systems and satellites. Unlike Aditya, though, Vigil will sit in Lagrange point 5 to get a side view of the Sun and the Earth. Airbus Defence and Space UK will build Vigil's space segment as its prime contractor, including the design, development, integration, testing and launch campaign, as well as in-space commissioning of the satellite and the payloads on board. It will be assembled at Airbus's UK base in Stevenage. The payload suite itself on board Vigil will consist of a mixture of both imaging and in-situ sensing instruments, and they will be provided by a wide range of European institutes and commercial partners, in addition to other partners such as NASA. The payload itself will include a photospheric magnetographic imager, a heliospheric imager, which will provide wide-angle white light images of the region of space between the Sun and the Earth, i.e. the heliosphere. These images will help enable tracking of Earth-directed coronal mass ejections, and they will complement the field of view of the coronagraph instrument. That coronagraph will be provided by the American Naval Research Lab, and it will study the Sun's corona as well as coronal mass ejections. There will also be a plasma analyzer, which is provided by Mullard Space Science Lab in the UK, a magnetometer in a joint UK-Austrian project provided by the Imperial College of London and IWF Graz, as well as an extreme ultraviolet imager known as JEDI, and that's provided by NASA, although the prime contractor for that is under final selection at the moment. Monitoring space weather includes events such as solar flares, coronal mass ejections, geomagnetic storms, and solar proton events. Lagrange point 5 provides opportunities for weather forecasting that aren't available in the other Lagrange points, because they can monitor the area between the Sun and the Earth at the eastern solar limb, not actually visible from the Earth, and that will increase forecasting lead times of potentially hazardous solar events, including solar flares. It will take around 6 years to build and test Vigil, with a launch then planned from as early as 2031. The Ariane 6 in its 6.2 configuration may be the most likely launcher here, with Vigil possibly hopping in a rideshare with another geostationary satellite, and then using a series of orbit-raising maneuvers. However, it could also use the 6.4 configuration, with 4 side boosters to place it on a direct injection path. Expect more news on the launcher chosen over the next couple of years as Ariane 6 comes online, hopefully, and seats on the bus are bought. Finally, from this past week, Saxavord Spaceport has officially opened for business, with a ribbon-cutting ceremony taking place on Shetland to mark the official opening of the site, led by Mike Mongo, who has been so crucial in teaching local children all about STEM projects and acting as an ambassador for the spaceport. After the success of RFA's recent hotfire test, and ahead of that first planned launch, it's amazing to see all of the hard work from the whole team pay off, and what an amazing thing to have here in Scotland to inspire the next generation of space explorers. We'll have more from Saxavord, RFA, and all the other UK space companies next time out. But for now, what do you think about ESA's weather satellite plans? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and if you want to get your hands on some British rocketry-inspired merchandise, then head to the new link below to head to my web store. Alternatively, check out all my links, including to Patreon, at tomjune.com. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Tom June, and I'll catch you next time.